What if the only reason you're alive today is because one man said no? In the heat of the Cold War, while the world teetered on the edge of nuclear annihilation, a Soviet submarine lay hidden in the waters near Cuba. Inside, tensions ran high, communications with Moscow were severed. The American Navy was dropping depth charges. The crew was suffocating in near-total darkness and 120-degree heat. And then came the order: prepare the nuclear torpedo. But one man refused to press the launch button. His name, Vasili Arkhipov, a name history nearly forgot. But without him, there may have been no history left to remember. Stay with us as we uncover the secrets of the man who saved the world, and the silent battle that changed the fate of humanity forever. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1960 is often portrayed as a game of brinkmanship between JFK and Khrushchev. The whole world watched as US reconnaissance revealed Soviet missiles being installed in Cuba, but beneath the surface literally another crisis was unfolding far from the cameras. The Soviet Navy had sent for submarines, each carrying a nuclear-tipped torpedo. One of them was B-59, commanded by Captain Valentin Savitsky. On board, political officer Ivan Maslenikov and second-in-command Vasili Arkhipov. As US forces dropped depth charges near the sub to force it to surface, the crew assumed war had already begun. With oxygen running low and morale collapsing, Captain Savitsky gave the order: arm the nuclear weapon. Here's where most people stop listening, but here's where history took a turn. According to Soviet protocol, 3 officers had to agree to launch. Savitsky agreed, Maslenikov agreed, but Arkhipov refused. He convinced the others to stand down. No torpedo was fired, no city incinerated. And humanity, unknowingly, stepped back from the brink of extinction. When we researched Arkhipov's story, we uncovered documents declassified decades later, papers that revealed the sheer gravity of the situation. American destroyers had no idea these submarines carried nuclear weapons. One wrong move could have turned the Atlantic into a radioactive grave. Arkhipov's background also paints a deeper picture. Just a year earlier, he had survived the K-19 incident. Another near catastrophe had earned the submarine the nickname Hiroshima. That trauma likely influenced his decision aboard B-59. And yet, his heroism was buried by Soviet secrecy. He received no global recognition during his lifetime. No medals, no headlines, just quiet duty and a silent legacy. Today, historians compare Arkhipov to Stanislav Petrov, another Soviet who prevented disaster decades later. These men weren't soldiers on a battlefield, they were guardians of restraint in moments when madness seemed inevitable. As tensions rise today between global superpowers and nuclear arsenals grow more complex, Arkhipov's story is more than just history, it's a warning. It reminds us that technology doesn't prevent catastrophe, people do. Especially those brave enough to choose peace over pressure. So ask yourself, if this mystery remained hidden for so long, what other truths might still be buried beneath the surface of history? If Vasili Arkhipov had flinched, the world as we know it would be ash and silence. But he didn't, and for that, every life today carries the echo of his defiance. What would you have done in his shoes? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more untold stories that change the course of history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dark Truth, where the past is never dead, it's just waiting to be uncovered.